Now in this particular video I'm going to answer three questions: that what stack I have used, secondly why I choose this stack, and what problems I faced during the development of this particular application. At the very first, I want to answer that I can work on two stacks for now. The first one is the .NET using the C# language for desktop software development. Second stack I can work on is the MERN stack, that is MongoDB, React, Node.js, and Express, using the Express framework for web application development. I preferred to use the MERN stack because I found that if I put the service on the web platform, then anybody can use the features of our services. Anybody can utilize it using different kinds of devices. And if we put it on the C# using our desktop, if we create a desktop software, it will be specific to a particular user, so we have to install the software and then after we can use it. And that is why first I prefer to develop the software as a web platform. If we require to develop the software as the .NET application, C# using the WPF, Windows Presentation Foundation, we can create it as well. So for now I have selected this stack, and in this particular stack I am using the Node.js, Express, MongoDB for database handling, and the Bootstrap for styling of the application. Now, for choosing this stack particularly, the reason behind are that the first, it is open source and having a cross-platform development options that allow me to develop the application for different kinds of devices. Secondly, it is versatile. Thirdly, it having a strong community that I can use. So if I got any problem, I will be able to ask my seniors that I can. So the large community will help me. Another thing, it is providing me that the MVC feature, that I can divide my code into different sections. So here the interface of the application is divided into the models, views, and controllers. The very first thing you are seeing on the screen is the app, that is the application. Here we are using different controllers as I specified. The first, we are going to move to the models. I have used one single model, that is the contact model, where we are storing the contact information. First field is the first name required, second type string required, all this is a string and required. Only thing is that in the email I am using the validator. Using this validator function, it will ensure that the email ID is unique, and if it is already present in the database, the specified email address is already present, that error will be given to the user. Second thing is the phone number. The phone number I am using is minimum length 10. Secondly, lastly, I am compiling the model and exporting it. Now the model part is done. What I am going to show you is the views, the second part of the MVC framework. In the views we have three sections there: contact, includes, and layouts. In the contacts, I have divided the path in the different views. That the delete path, this is the delete view, delete. This is the end edit view, edit form, it will render the edit form. Error, this will be the error page. This is the index, it is the page that will come when we go to the /contacts. It is the new, that whenever we wanted to create a new contact, this form will be rendered to us. Lastly, we have the show, that will be used to show the contact information for a single contact. Now secondly, after the contact we have includes directory, includes views. In the includes view we have footer and a navbar. Lastly, we have the layouts. The layout is our boilerplate in which we are going to serve all these views, and by using this template, this boilerplate, we are ensuring that our code is not written multiple times. We are ensuring we are written the optimized code. We are using this template here, and using this body tag we are embedding the different views inside this template and serving the same thing over and over again. This is the standard method I found that we can serve the views on our web page. Lastly, we have the controllers. In the controllers, we have different options, different functions there for each purpose. For rendering delete form, this function will execute it. For rendering the editing form, this function will get executed. For rendering a new form, this function will get executed. For deleting a contact, the destroy contact function will get executed. Then updating will done with this particular method. For showing a contact, we will use this callback method function. Now, for creating a contact, we will use this function here. Finally, we have the index function that will serve the /contact EJS. In all these views and contacts are linked through this routes. Here we have our all the routes we are required. All the edit, render, all the rendering functions are we have required from the controllers contacts. Now we have imported them and then we are using it here using an error handling function inside that, the wrap async function. I will explain you the wrap async function later on. First we are going to focus on the routes. First route is going to be the get route on the ID. On this delete route, this is the render delete form, and these are the different routes we have used. Now one thing more here I have to mention is the route. We are using the router.route method and attaching the different types of methods here, as it is having the same path and the different functions are performing on the same. For delete, for update and to show, we have a single, that is the ID we required in the path. So these are the same. Secondly, we have this our get route / the home page. We are posting the same and getting the same. For getting, we are getting the list of the contacts, and for the post request we will create a new one. In the utils, as I specified, we have some error handling functions. First we are going to see the wrap async. Wrap async is a function, a utility that will take a function and apply try catch block on it and return the same function using the applied try catch method. So it will handle the error. If it find any error, it will call the next error handling middleware. So the error handling middleware is here. Error handling middleware will catch the error and will render the error template to the user and pass the customized message here. Now we are validating our model using this validate contact model. Here we have to validate, we have the error messages, and using this validator we are first validating if it is having any error, the error will be passed to the error handling middleware. Otherwise the contact will be created or updated. In both the site, in the create as well, in the edit as well, we are ensuring the validation. Now this is our custom error handling class, express error. It will take two arguments, that is the status code and message. These two parameters will allow us to specify the error code and the message, and then we'll execute. Now the database connection is handled by this db connection file here. Now here we are importing, we have decided the name, the contact management app for the Mongoose database, and for using the Mongoose database instead of a relational database like RDBMS, is the reason behind using this database is it allows us this validation, client-side validation. The Mongoose validation I found very useful when it comes to ensure the data we are entering, the user is entering and we are taking. So I used to prefer the MongoDB, and it goes with my stack as well. That is why I prefer to use. Now lastly we have the schema.js that will ensure the validation after the data is ensured by the server. After the server, this validate contact has validation, and now the database validation is done by the joy schema. This was all yours. Now let's start our application.
First of all, I will move to our terminal, the PowerShell, and here I will type the nodman app.js to start the application. After starting the application, as here we can see, the database is as connected. I will go to my browser window and move to localhost /3000:3000/contacts, and here as we can see, we don't have any contacts right now, but we can add using these buttons here, either at the navbar or using the add button. I will go with the add button, and here the /new, this is the new route for us. Here we have to type the information. First I am going to type the same information I am saying here, the demo user demo.com, and the phone number 9152. It is a random number that I am inserting right now. Next is to adding the address. Address could be anything, 444 street address, Delhi. Next thing is to click on the add button. It will get added. Finally, after adding the record, we can see the record has been added. Either we can choose to edit it using this button, we can choose it to delete using this button, or we can view this contact using the link by clicking on the first name of the contact. If we click it, we will move to this page, that is contact details page. It will show us the details of the user, that is the contact. Here we have two buttons there as well, to edit and delete. You can choose any button. If we choose delete and we change the name to Karan and we hit save changes, the same changes are reflected here as well, as we have edited, we have updated the contact details. If you go to the all contacts using this link, here as you can see, the details have been reflected, the changes are reflected here as well. So that was all about this. Thank you.